If you're born on the 20th, or if you have a 20 life path, you're linked to the Judgment Tarot card, which shows an angel playing a trumpet and dead people coming back to life and getting out of their graves. This is in reference to Judgment Day in the Bible, specifically in the book of Revelations, where it talks about how an angel is going to sound a trumpet that's going to wake all the dead people up to be judged by God. And if things go well, they're going to be reunited with God. And if things don't go well, they're not going to be reunited with God. All of this is symbolic of the life theme of the number 20. The number 20's life requires them to be reunited with God, or the collective unconscious, whatever you like to call this. But bottom line is this: all 20s need to awaken spiritually. And this is because the number 20 contains number 2, and the number 2 is the second most indecisive number, because 2 represents duality. 2s have the most awareness of opposites. But when you take 2 and you add a 0 to that, this amplifies all the qualities of 2. And so the most indecisive number is the number 20. And so 20s have no sense of direction whatsoever. And they are completely helpless without their spirit. This is a number that has to be awakened spiritually, or they won't have a sense of direction whatsoever in life. This is a number that feels things out. This is a number that is not rational whatsoever. They have to use their intuition for everything. And the more you use something, the stronger it gets. The more you work out, the stronger you get. That's how it works. And so think of everything that you have as like a muscle. Your intuition is a muscle too. When you work that, it gets even more powerful. And so the reason why the number 20 is associated with judgment is because when 20s awaken spiritually, they have that same ability that God has to send that angel to play the trumpet and wake other people up spiritually. The number 20 is that angel. When a 20 follows their passions, when they follow their intuitions, when they follow their emotion, when they follow that inner feeling, that inner compass, that emotional compass that they feel themselves, they'll accomplish great heights and they will awaken others spiritually. Why is the most common day of birth out of political figures and political leaders the 20th of the month? Why is the second most common day of birth out of all artists the 20th of the month? Why are so many celebrities and famous people and people of influence, why were they born on the 20th? Why was Rihanna born on the 20th? Why was Alexander the Great born on the 20th? Why was NBA Youngboy born on the 20th? Why was Hitler born on the 20th? Why was Blueface born on the 20th? Why was Busta Rhymes born on the 20th? Why was Snoop Dogg and Future and Rampage and Khabib and all these famous people that have a great influence over the world, why are all of them born the number 20? Because all these people followed their passions. And so as a 20, you cannot be a normal person. You cannot have a regular life. You are going to be somebody that has to connect with something else beyond yourself on an emotional level. This could be your passions, or this could be a relationship. Because the number 2 is the number of commitments. And the 0 amplifies that desire. And so when a 20 cannot commit to something on an emotional level, if they can't surrender to some higher force on an emotional level, they're going to be extremely depressed. And so a lot of them hop from relationship to relationship to relationship. A lot of them hop from passion to passion to passion to passion to passion. Because all of them are looking for that fulfilling emotional connection with something. They want something to empower them on an emotional level. These are extremely passionate types of people. And when they follow their passions, they will awaken others. The 20 is that angel sounding the trumpet and waking people up out of their graves. When a 20 follows their passions, they will awaken the passions in others. This is why 20s are so influential. And so 20 is not a normal leader. This is a leader that just follows their passions. And when they do that, they just naturally just awaken others and they just turn into a leader. But you are somebody who leads with your passions. What I will say as a 20 is follow a passion and stick to it long enough to see the results. The number 20 is not a number that has to be materialistic. All you have to do is follow your passions and do what you're passionate about. When you do that, you're invincible. Utterly invincible. That's all you have to do. Oh, and another thing, control your fucking emotions. This is specifically for the men because 20 men are the most violent men on this earth. Because they're emotional. An emotional man is a threat to himself and everybody around him. Look at NBA Youngboy, born on the 20th. Look at Rampage Jackson, born on the 20th. He was able to control his emotions though. And he was able to use those passionate emotions constructively. Now he's a loving father, a millionaire, and he's a UFC Hall of Famer. Khabib is another extremely violent man. Khabib, also born on the 20th. He ended Conor McGregor's career. Hitler, also born on the 20th. Blueface, also born on the 20th. He went to prison for not being able to control his emotions. He got robbed, successfully got away, but was mad at the fact that the person robbed him, so he spun back and started shooting at the person. 20s, especially the men, control your emotions. Okay? So I'm not telling you to blindly follow them. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that your emotions are going to tell you things that you can't read in a book and things that you can't get from other people. Your emotions are going to allow you to see through the veil. But just learn how to control those things, okay? To learn more about my numerology teachings, click the link in my profile bio and read my book, Supreme Mathematics. Or if you like a reading, just book a session. You can also find that in the link in my profile bio. But have a good rest of your day.